Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Roman Anthony, aka the Turban Hairstylist, but since we are not doing hair today, we will not be wearing a turban today. I just put my hair in for braids this morning, and yeah, today is the first day of the 15-day COVID-19 or coronavirus lockdown of Paris and I guess all of France. Luckily, the governments here have promised to pay our rents and utility bills if they become a problem or if this thing prolongs itself. So hopefully they're doing that for you guys in your countries. I do want to send prayers to my friends and their families in other countries. I've spoken to friends in Italy and it is very devastating there. My friends in the UK are pretty good, but there's also other people who are affected by this other than just the people in my small circle. Definitely trying to keep in touch with my family to make sure they're getting on everything. I've called a lot of them. Some of them have answered. Yeah, this is an interesting time in the world, in history, and I think we just have to be mindful of everyone around us. It's because the more survival we have for mankind, the better. I see so many people excessively buying and shopping of things, and the elderly, like people over 50, are more susceptible to not surviving this disease if they catch it. So I think we need to be mindful of that, especially because we have to look out for our elders. Literally, no offense, but millennials are dumb as a box of rocks, and if they are in charge of this, if all the older people die and the millennials is running the country, it's gonna be nothing but Cardi B and twerking. So we need to be very mindful of what's going on and our elders and also our youth, the babies. Okay, it's because doctors are saying that those who are pregnant, they don't have the means to support babies and these pregnant people or mothers who might go into labor. So let's be mindful of that. Some of y'all might want to look on YouTube for tutorials on how to birth the baby at home in a bathtub or in a taxi back seat or something like that. Yeah, so here in Paris, France, we are on a 15-day lockdown, and hopefully it does not go longer than that, and hopefully that people actually listen to the rules and follow instructions, so that way we can kind of decrease the rate that this virus is progressing in people. And yeah, me personally, I'm gonna play some Monopoly, some Candy Crush. I just downloaded that, and some other stuff. I just downloaded TikTok, so I might get in with a TikTok. I'm still reading my Michelle Obama's Becoming book. I'm almost done with it. I did not bring it to the States with me, and thankfully so. That trip got canceled pretty quickly before I can even really get it start popping. So I was reading some of that today, and I have my other books. I have French homework that I need to study, clients to line up, business deals to hopefully ensure that they're secured after this whole situation, as well as exciting news about going back to university in September. So yeah, and that's in another country. So I definitely need to make sure I'm on my A game with everything, so that when this is all over, life will not only go back to normal, but it will go back into being a fast-paced life. So I definitely want to make sure my mental health is right, my emotional health is right, and you know what, for some of you guys, why don't y'all consider this a time of sexual fasting, okay? We're gonna call this a fast of all things that aren't good. Stay away from the toxic friends. Hopefully you don't have toxic roommates, for those of you guys who have roommates, and just use this time of a lockdown to reflect. Some of you guys might want to look up the Great Depression. Some of you guys might want to look up the plague and when smallpox came and hay fever and all these different things, to see how humankind have reacted throughout history and how things were handled and how long these things progressed or took time before they were actually cured. Yes, I'm worried about the stock market crashing and certain other things. I've just started investing, and I'm actually still investing. I invested something yesterday, even though I saw that the market was going low, only because I know it'll go up again eventually. And hopefully we don't see drastic measures like the Great Depression where there's soup kitchen lines outside of the streets. But yeah, for some of my friends who feel like they cannot stay in or take this at all, just bear with us all. We all want to live, yo. We all just trying to live. So help, can I live? Anyways, I'm gonna need you guys to get with it. I am not gonna vlog this whole lockdown, all 15 days, because that would be completely boring. This is just to say, hey, we're here. If you have any ideas of how we can still be communicable, but separate, let's go for it. I'm thinking about maybe starting a group chat and playing Monopoly or something like that. I think that'll be fun. You know, FaceTime groups, a few people, whatever like that. Just stay actively engaged, stay in touch with your friends, your family, no matter where they are in the world. Use WhatsApp, whatever social media platforms you have. Please be mindful. Do not excessively buy, because people over 50 are more susceptible to getting this virus, and their rates of living are smaller, especially pregnant people. So if you are pregnant, doctors say you might have to have a baby at home. So you might want to look on YouTube or Google for some ways of having a baby on your own. And I say that because there's a couple of my relatives who are pregnant right now, and they're like, yeah, I'm about to go to the hospital. Girl, you might not. So I'm gonna need you to get with the program. What else? We just living in some very interesting times right now, and at this moment still getting notifications from the French government. But yeah, I've gotten text messages, emails. I follow the tweets on Twitter in English, 3 different news outlets, following what's going on in the States, Italy, Asia, the UK, and it's just very overwhelming. I saw a family of 4, I think maybe 4 or 5, I think there's 3 kids. Last night when I was getting cases of water, I don't eat much. I can get full off a bottle of water and Pop-Tart, a little 2-pack. So I'm very good when it comes to rationing. You know, I grew up poor, so like I know how to survive in poor situations. I got my candles ready in case the lights go off. I got a battery pack in case my phone dies, etc., etc. But it was just so devastating to see them on the streets. I'm not sure how much access to news they have to know what's going on, but I just gave them all the euros I had in my wallet, as well as the case of water, and hopefully the government can get them into shelters or certain things like that. I know volunteering at the American Church of Paris with the overnight refugees, they closed that down early because of the coronavirus situation. So I'm not exactly sure what happens with the homeless people in this scenario. Like, usually history has taught us that the poor and the weak or sick have all died, and things go on. But it's just sad because with refugees, it's like they don't have much options. I will check in with some friends at the LGBT center where I also volunteer, and they have a lot of refugees there, and then other people that I know who are refugees in this country, to see what might happen with these people on the streets. It's just very sad. They had small children, and yeah, I think we just have to be mindful that we are humans, and although humans sometimes can mean hate or selfishness, it's also love and compassion. So just try to have some compassion for your fellow man. Yeah, 'cause it's very hard times. I'm sorry, I'm not trying to get too emotional. It's just I'm thinking about it, like seeing them last night, and the city is like as of 12 o'clock today has shut down to where we cannot go outside. We will be fine. There are over 100,000 soldiers on the streets of Paris, and I'm pretty sure they have soldiers in other big cities too, throughout France. And to make sure that we do not violate rules, we do have a document that we will fill out if we need to go outside for whatever reasons. I downloaded the document off of Twitter. You can write it out by hand, I was told. But yeah, these are just some very interesting times that we're living in, and I want people to be more mindful and to just remember it takes a village, and to just think of your fellow man.